KD6VWS.
Okay, yeah, isn't that fun when you find people you talked to before and with a new acquaintance? That's a lot of fun. That's great. Glad you guys had a chance to connect. And anyway, I don't have much here to talk about at this minute. We're just starting to work on taxes and all that kind of stuff. So I got a new lease typed up today for my house next door. We're going to have some folks that have been living in the back part of the house. I think they're going to move up to the front and take over from my son and daughter-in-law who moved up to Poway because her dad has got some physical problems and they need to be up there with him. So I got that done. That was on my list to get done. And a couple other things got done today. So it's going to be a busy week as we end the year this week. So see how things come out, and then start all over again on next week. So, wow, how the time is flying. All right, back to you there, Ron. You put it where you want to send it. And I guess you're working on Jukebox, is that right, Mike? If I heard that correctly. KD6VWS, W6YEC.
Yeah, okay, George. W6YEC, KD6VWS. Well, yeah, having to do taxes and stuff. That's something I haven't had to do in a while. Property taxes, the only taxes I have to deal with, so no more federal and state tax. Beyond that, just Social Security. But, yeah, boy, don't miss doing all the taxes. Because, man, back then I was trading stocks, futures, and stuff, and doing taxes was a real chore. So, don't miss that stuff. So, Mike's working on Seaboard, 1976 Seaboard jukebox. I think he's about to get it. All right, let me see what it is, Steve. KF6SYD, KD6VWS.
Okay, Ron. KF6SYD. Yeah, the taxes, I've never tried to. I always have had someone do that for me. I've got a guy that, he was always my accountant for the last 10 years or so, and he kind of got out in business on his own, and I was able to follow him. He doesn't charge too much, and all the things he knows to do that I would never would have thought of, I'd never be able to stay up on top of that. Talking about things that you don't have to do anymore that you don't miss. The one for me was every year it was the ISO 9000 quality audit preparations. All the stuff I had to do to get ready for that every year. I don't miss that a bit. That was so much paperwork. It took me 2 weeks every year to get everything ready for that. And I did a good job, but boy, I talked about something I didn't like doing. Let's see, Phil, yeah, you're the one I didn't remember to say hi to. Hi, Phil, Merry Christmas. And you'll have to tell me what stress test, the only thing that comes to mind, and I probably am, would be like running on a treadmill at the doctor's office with stuff hooked up to your heart to monitor it. And that's my phone. Oh, my son Alex texted me back. Yeah, he wished him, quiet phone. I wished him a Merry Christmas. I haven't talked to him for a while, so I'll have to read the text and send him a message back. And Andy, the 630 meters, and of course, I would go, oh yeah, voice, but no, it's CW. And my question is voice allowed would that be crazy to think that you could possibly communicate on that band? As sketchy as it is, you're lucky to be able to communicate CW or any way at all. So you might let me know about if voice is allowed, and if so, if anyone's ever tried it, or if it's just not done. That's the question that comes up in my mind. Real entertaining listening to you guys talk about your early days, novice days, and all that, which I did not do. And but it sounds like that was a very rewarding, satisfying challenge to do that the way you had to back then. And just interesting hearing you guys talk about that. Oh, Ron, I'll send it back over to you, and thanks for picking me back up. KD6VWS, back over to you. KF6SYD.
Yeah, okay, Steve. KF6SYD, KD6VWS. Yeah, that's a real narrow band, and I think CW is the only thing allowed, just real narrow band stuff. But Andy can elaborate on that, because I haven't been on the band. I just know the specs. But so I think I'll go ahead and start the net now. It's just about time. And before I do, let me put out another call, see if there's anybody who wants to get on the list that's not on the list. Come now, KD6VWS. Okay, I hear nothing, so here goes the preamble. QST. Welcome to the Monday Night Amplitude Modulation International Net, or simply AMI, and the purpose of this net is to promote the restoration, preservation, and enjoyment of AM equipment, including transmitters, receivers, and assorted vintage AM-type gear. Anyone using AM equipment is welcome, including modern radios capable of AM transmissions, and we welcome all shortwave listeners. So you do not need to be a member to join this net. However, as a member of AMI, you will receive a certificate that has on it your personal ID number. If you would like membership, go to our AMI website, www.aminternational.club, fill out the membership form, and pay the $5 fee. And you could mail in to John McGrath, N9AMI, Post Office Box 1422, Silver Springs, Nevada, 89429. And John is also good on QRZ.com, which, if you go there, you get the links to all the stuff. And the West Coast website is www.westcoastami.com. Okay, the net control command is Kilo Delta 6 Victor Whiskey Sierra. My name is Ron, and my AFI number is 1671. CTH is Josh the Tree, and my equipment is the Valiant version 1, 150 watt carrier, feeding it with a Turner Plus 3 microphone, receiving on the NC125 receiver, and using the Q multiplier, heat kit Q multiplier, and all that's going to the W4 watt meter, and then to the SA 2040 antenna tuner, and that's coax up to the in-bed long wire, up about 25 feet, and it's about 185 feet long. And look at cool white counterpoints off the off the shield, on the ground underneath the main antenna. So, and with that, when I call, you please share your call name and the make and model of your equipment. If you have any buy, sell, or sell items, please list them. And let me know if you want to stay for the informal roundtable immediately following me. So we're a small group here, so that we can more or less have kind of a round table as we go to start off if you want. Don't have to just give all your statistics. We can chit-chat. And if you want to continue in the round table, just let me know. Make sure to list that. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do the tune-up and give you a call, and we will proceed. KD6VWS.
KF6SYD. WHK.
W6AZ1. W6YEC, testing.
Okay. So, all righty then. First up, we've got KM6QQU. Mike, it's your turn. KD6VWS.
All right, thanks, Ron. KD6VWS, KM6QQU. We're on the Johnson Viking Valiant tonight with the 3+3 microphone. Receiving on the GPR 90. Full-wave loop antenna being tuned in with the SA2060A antenna tuner. And the AMI number is 1768 out of Yucca Valley. Not only the swap, but the words over I think I'm going to go to bed. I am worn out. I ate way too much. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, fellas. You all have yourself a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the rest of it. And back over to you there, Ron. KD6VWS, KM6QQU.
Okay, Mike. KM6QQU, KD6VWS. And by the way, I forgot to give you those calendars. When I grabbed that folder, and the calendars were underneath of it, and I didn't even notice. So they're still sitting there. So come over Friday night, I'll give you those. So, all right. Go enjoy the rest of your Christmas evening, and we'll talk to you maybe Wednesday night. Okay, next up, we have M6WHK. Bill, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ron. KD6VWS, N6WHK. Well, I'm kind of overstuffed, so I'm not doing too much. I think it's going to be an early-to-bed night, to be honest with you. I'm sitting here half asleep now. Anyway, I've enjoyed the net we had going on here. It's been kind of interesting listening to everybody talk, and that's what I enjoy. So with that, I'm running the nameless piece of Johnson Viking Ranger, Hammerland L4B, Johnson Matchbox, B104, non-amplified, about 235 feet of wire, plus or minus a few feet. Don't really know how much is up there anymore. And listening to it on a Hammerland night speaker, it sounds very nice. Came with the rig. Thank you, George, for that. Anyway, with that, back to net control. KD6VWS, N6WHK.
Okay, Phil. Sounding good as usual, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Sounds like you about ready to crash out, too. Everybody's fat and sassy tonight, so all right, well, we'll see you Wednesday night then. And, okay, next up, M6VZY. Paul, take it away.
Okay,
KD6VWS in the net, and 6BZY, Lemon Grove. AIMI number 278. And I also am in a semi-food coma, thanks to my daughter-in-law. We had a lot of good food and fellowship today. Very nice day. Anyway, running the usual stuff here, the Super Singer 8040 model with a D104 microphone, about 300 watts of carrier tonight. Going through a Dentron Super Tuner to an inverted V of 35 feet. And we're receiving all these wonderful tones on a National MC300. And I also have a Victronics 475 monitoring the RF. Look at everybody's waveforms, and everything's looking good so far. I do have a want, if anybody happens to have, a Yaesu model YS2000, so it's Yankee Sierra-2000. It's an SWR watt meter. I would like to grab it as a backup to the one I got, which is getting pretty tired. So if anybody's got one, I'd like to get it from them. Otherwise, I'm probably going to buy a Daiwa CM901, which is pretty similar. And don't have anything for the round table in particular, watching the football game, which is very close. The two teams with the best record are playing tonight. They're both 11-3, San Francisco and Baltimore, so the game is very close in the third quarter. So there we have it. Anyway, everybody have a good rest of the Christmas Day, and we'll catch you guys later. 86 VWS in the go, and 6BZ and a Lavish Y going that way. All right, Paul. N6BZY, 86 VWS. Yeah, I think everybody's in a semi-coma, so. And I think I have a friend that has one of those meters. And he's a CB'er, but had a Yaesu FT101E, and I think he has, that's the meter that he was using on that. And so next time I talk to him, I'll see if he's still got it, because I don't think he's even used any of that equipment in a long time. So I'll if he does, I'll let you know, Paul. And it was in real good condition. So, alrighty. Next up, we have Andy, KD6TKX, KD6VWS.
KD6VWS and the Monday AMI group. This is KD6TKX. Andy, located at Curry Mountain, about 80 miles southwest of Fresno. Southern tip of the Diablo Mountain Range here, where it's chilly here. Not sure how chilly, but pretty chilly. And great to hear everyone tonight. And sounds like everyone's had a good Christmas day. What a joyous day for just getting together with family and eating too much food. So fantastic, really. Let's see, the equipment here is, I think I mentioned it earlier, but it's my British early war stuff. This is a 1939 transmitter and receiver. It's got a wireless set 12 as the transmitter, and the R107 is the receiver. And really neat radios. The transmitter, for those of you that are following along at home, uses an ATP-35 in the final. I hope it doesn't go bad, because yeah, I don't know what I'd do after that one. But it's a fun radio, and it's could be the only operational one in North America. There's not many over here. They were real popular in Europe after the war, but they had problems with transformers, so they didn't last too long. But I had a transformer made for this one, actually. I got it from a gentleman over in the UK and had a transformer wound and did a great job on it. And so it works great. I have a lot of fun operating it. you took a look at it, you would think it's from maybe the 1920s or 30s. It really doesn't look like a radio as we would recognize it, but some really nice features. They did a fantastic job with it, really. So, anyways, that's the rig here today. Steve, to answer your question, yeah, there is voice allowed on 630 meters. In fact, there's a group of guys that, some in Southern California, some in Central California, that are on there running single sideband. And what they're doing is they're using transverters to use their modern transceivers and amplifiers. The second part is maybe the most important, the amplifiers. But that's how they're doing it. And they have great communications, no problem. So there is a weird power level rating down there. It's effective radiated power. And so to say that that leaves a lot of room for interpretation would be putting it mildly. So I can't remember exactly what it is anyways. But so anyways, I think that they're running enough power to where they can they have no problem. But you know, Brian and I were just the low-level kids. You know, I think I'm running about 200 watts maybe input power, and I'm sure that meets the effective radiated power since the antenna system's so ineffective. But anyhow, yeah, there is voice going on down there. So there you go. All right, well, no swap, no roundtable for me. Really enjoyed being part of the group tonight. Thank you for letting me in. And Ron, thanks for doing the honors there. And yeah, it's great that we had that QSO way back when. And that was a really exciting time. I remember it like it was yesterday, way back in 1993. I always hear guys talking about getting their license in the 50s and 60s. And, you know, it seems kind of weird that I got mine in 93, but now it's been a while. So there you go. 73 from Curry Mountain, and also a very Merry Christmas to everybody. KD6 VWS, this is KD6 TKX.
Okay, Andy. KD6 TKX, KD6 VWS. Yeah, I didn't know that they allowed voice on that. I was thinking it was pretty much strictly real narrow band stuff, you know, CW and so forth. But so I learned something new. I'm going to have to monitor that once in a while and see if I hear anything. Maybe I'll go with that. And your audio does sound real nice like that. You were mentioning you did something with your audio, and yeah, radio sounds real good, real nice, smooth audio. So, you know, not just communications audio, it's nicer than that. So, good job on that there, Andy. Okay, next up, W6YEC. George, your turn.
All right, very good, Ron. Thank you so much for being there and running the net tonight. Hey, Andy, quick question. Did that radio originally, was that audio used with a carbon microphone and he upgraded it to high impedance? Is that right?
Yeah, it was originally used a carbon mic. I'm feeding the carbon mic input with a small preamp and a amplified D104.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Sounds great. I had an LMAT. It was the same kind of a situation. I added a input stage to the speech amplifier, and I was able to use a D104 with it, and it always sounded great. I used to get beautiful reports from it. So, yeah, yours sounds exceptionally well and nice. So, congratulations on that. Sounds like a fun radio. You've got a lot of fun radios out there. What do you think, this is a fun hobby or something? I don't know what you're doing. It doesn't sound like it's very much labor. A lot of just fun. Fun for Andy. Congratulations on the grandchild, by the way. And glad you got to do Christmas with grandchild. That's always fun. Got to watch mine last night. The youngest one, just going at it. What a ball. All right. We're running the normal setup here down in Lemon Grove. Viking Ranger 2, driving the Sugar Baker 220 for about 300 watts, a little over. And listening on a Hammerland HQ110 tonight, Alpha. And thoroughly enjoyed this station. But I haven't used it for a few weeks because I've been enjoying my Gonsa Twins over on the other table. And it's fun to move around. Anyway, good to be on here tonight with the Ranger, and been working on trying to get the remote working better. It's been working very nice. I wanted to try to get it working with an iPhone, but I'm not having any luck with that. The guy that designed the software that you can download from the Apple Store basically designed it for the 7610. So the build radio with the built-in server. So I can tell that I'm getting into the server, but I can't make it to the radio, unfortunately. So we'll see. So I'm going to look at a couple other avenues. But that's where our attention has been as far as ham radio goes. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to hit the sack too. I feel tired. It's been a long haul these last months, and got a long haul in front of me in terms of tax season and getting receipts out to our contributors and all that kind of stuff, and getting ready for the end of the year, the board, and getting all the financial stuff together. So no rest for the weary. 7-3 to everybody. It's been fun to be in here tonight. Back to you, Ron. KD6 DWS W6YEC.
All right, George. W6YEC, KD6VWS. Yeah, it's a shame you have to do all that taxes and receipts and on and on and on, but I guess it's one of the parts of life. And yeah, your audio is so beautiful on that Ranger, you know, well, much more pleasing than the Gonset, you know. So I love it when you're on the Ranger with your audio set up and that nice microphone. You know, the Gonset, you know, it's just not that pleasing of audio. I mean, it's neat to listen to a little bit, but my old ears, they like this nicer audio. So, all right, well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, rest up, and be ready to hit it. So with that, let me send it over to you, Vaughn. K6ZTA, K6VWS.
KK6IRZ.
Okay, gotcha, Jeff.
All right, KD6VWS, K6ZTA. And good evening, Jeff. Yeah. Well, yeah, let me see here. It was great hearing you on 40, George. That was great giving me a call. Thank you very much. That was kind of that was a really neat surprise. Yeah, I thought I'd fire up the radio on 40 and just see who I could talk to, and I talked to a couple of guys up in the Bay Area. No, one guy was in Prescott, Arizona, but that's about the same distance as the Bay Area. So anyway, and Andy's radio, yeah, Andy, your that UK radio, that thing sounds wonderful, sounds great. And oh, by the way, George, I like the Gonset Twins. I like the sound of those babies, or at least the transmitter. So, anyway, and let's see. Somebody, I think it was Paul. Was it Paul was looking for a Yaesu power meter? I had one, but the pilot light boiled in it, and I don't know what happened to it. I was going to try to fix it, but I don't think it was easily fixable. But it was a little small thing. Small thing. I don't remember the number on it. I don't think it was a 2000 model. So anyway, yeah, I had enough. Oh gosh, we had chuck roast here. I know Steve was talking about having a roast. We had a chuck roast here, and gosh, it was a lot of meat, and the five of us, we just scarfed it right up. It's gone now. And I was thinking I had to roll me into my into the shack here and use a lift to get me into the my chair after that, and the pumpkin pie to boot, and the whipped cream. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, the food was great. That was the big deal today. And I got a lot of books to read, and looking forward to, gosh, I've got to get through the books I've got. Man, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 books here. It's like having a small library. I've got to stop buying books and start reading. I got to hope my eyes last. My eyes, they get tired after reading in the evenings. Could be the lighting that's making me tired. Come to think of it, I might think about putting better lighting on my reading area. So, anyway, using the same old rigs here. The rig is the Viking 2, putting out 100 watts of carrier, and the inverted V, and the 2060 tuner, and the SX96 receiver. And no on the swap, and no on the round table. And everybody have a great evening for the Christmas evening, and we'll talk to you on New Year's Eve. No, New Year's Day. New Year's Eve. Well, the evening of New Year's. Oh, well. Okay, Ron, enough's enough, and we're probably gonna try to read some of those books. Well, we won't read them tonight. We'll read maybe a small chapter or something. But I've got my hands full. KD6VWS, K6ZTA. Thank you.
All right, Ron. K6ZTA, KD6VWS. Yeah, that's quite a stack of books you got going there. And, yeah, that's my problem. I read after dinner, and then all of a sudden it'll just wash out on me. Just, of course, I've only got one eye to begin with, and once it just starts, the page just starts washing out. So that's when I have to put her down. But yeah, it's a trick getting just the right lighting so you don't have glare, but you have enough light. So good luck with that. And oh, that roast sounds good. Should have left me some scraps. All righty. Well, I guess we'll see you Wednesday night. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Next up, KF6SYD, Steve, your turn. KD6VWS.
All right, KF6SYD, Steve in Long Beach, AMI 1708. CCAA AM 1000D transmitter. Oh, if I didn't feel sleepy, it's just, you guys are like, listen to this, you're getting sleepy. That's what you guys are doing to me, talking about being, how you get when you have a big meal. And so, yeah. Phil, it's the hens, Cornish hens that did it to you, huh? Yeah, we had those last night. Our Christmas Eve dinner was Cornish hens, and Valerie's boyfriend never had one before. Said, "Oh, these are good." Yeah, you'll have to have some more sometime. And he'd never eaten one of those, so that's always fun. And enjoy the game, Paul. I hope it turns out the way you want. And Andy, thank you for the the rundown. Oh, my throat's doing. Will my voice? Yeah, that's better. Andy, thanks for the letting me know about voice on that low band. it just seems a shame that y'all down there and stuck on CW, and it turns out that it's allowed. And I remember I read the rules for that one time, that effective radiated power, how do you really enforce something like that without, well, you have to go to get a certain distance from the antenna and have a field strength meter and do the calculation. There's so much room for interpretation on that. That's funny, but I'm glad there is voice down there. That's neat. The transducers and being on SSB. So I'm glad somebody's doing that. I'll try to find a way to listen to that sometime. George, 25 over on this stingy meter on the A4, which no one's. I've got 3 receivers hooked up at the same time, and who knows how good the A4 is doing right now, or S meter, but it's the closest thing I have to an accurate S meter. No one ever makes it go that high. So, real strong signal, George, and super good audio tonight. So, very, very good. And Vaughn the Chuck Roast, there's nothing like it. Most of the afternoon in the oven, it gets to be where it just falls apart and melts in your mouth, and you take the drippings and make gravy from that, and mashed potatoes, and that really made me sleepy hearing about that. It sounds like you guys really had a nice dinner, and yeah, I haven't cooked. I cooked a rib roast. Yeah, it got all fancy, and it was a good one, boy. One of the best rib roasts when we've had them that we've gotten in years, and it didn't look all that good when I bought it. It's like, well, there's not quite the marbling and some big chunks of fat on it, but this is the one they have. But, oh, was it good? So there's leftovers on that, so maybe tomorrow night we'll have another round of that. Gosh, I've had fun out here this evening with all of you, and thank you, Ron, for doing the early Zen hosting. And back over to you. No round table for me. KD6VWS KF6SYD.
All right, Steve. KF6SYD, KD6VWS. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a real nice dinner and a nice family get together and the whole bit. And yeah, I haven't eaten my dinner yet, so I'm not in the semi-comatose state. I think if I would have, I'd be sitting here nodding out, trying to run the net. So I guess it's better that I wait. But I ate a late breakfast, so. But yeah, and yeah, those low bands. I think I'm gonna start monitoring a little bit. It's the time of the year. Right now, with the short days, it's going to be the best possibility to hear anything there. But I don't have a transmitter that'll go down there. But I've got receivers. The BC348 sit here, tunes down there. So, alrighty, Steve. I think one. No, you don't. George has got it for you Wednesday, but I'm sure we'll hear you then. So enjoy the rest of your Christmas evening, and with that, let me send it over to you, Jeff. KK6IRZ, KD6VWS.
Okay, very good. KD6VWS with the Monday night, Christmas night gathering of AM signal. KK6IRZ. Jeff in Chino, California, AMI 1809. 1809, and running the homebrew transmitter still in Pissweak Power, QRP. Still working on the new homebrew link-coupled tuner. But most of my time has been spent just waiting for epoxy to dry. But it's pretty darn close now to getting ready to be assembled. So I'm quite happy with how it's come out. At least the vision that I had has has been arrived and achieved. Now we'll just have to find out whether it works or not. Because I am doing a little bit of an outside-the-box design on it from what the typical norm way of doing things is. So I'm not exactly sure how it's all going to turn out, but I think it will be fine, and I'm pretty happy to get close to the end. But in between time, I'm doing the typical stuff, my homebrew microphonium here, and single tube homebrew preamp into the homebrew Bervin DJS 750 transmitter. And then that's actually going to a Johnson Matchbox, the small one, and then the open wire line and dipole out there. So let's see, I've got this thing kind of strapped down to the floor pretty tight right at the moment, about as low as it can go. So I'm somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around 300 watts or so. So she's tied down like a criminal getting ready to go to jail. Got nothing to swap. Not looking for anything right now. Am I looking for anything right now? No, I'm not looking for anything right now. I'm not sure about hanging out for the round table, but go ahead and put me on the list. I'll try to hang out, and we'll see what happens there. So again, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody had a very good day. It was a quiet day with me and my wife. Of course, her from Vietnam and me from the East Coast. So we just had a quiet day. Went picked a little bit of fruit off a tree at a friend's house, and then came back home and just kind of watched TV and hung out. Did a little bit of radio on 40 meters earlier, and that was fun. A lot of guys came in and out through the course of the day. And then I just got out here, and I didn't even think about, I forgot all about it being Monday night and the net going on. I actually just came out here to see what was going on, and then I heard everybody in there, so I turned the rig on real quick and jumped in. So there you go. KD6 VWS with the group here. This is KK6IRZ.
Okay, Jeff. KK6IRZ, KD6VWS, fine business. And I heard you on 40 meters yesterday evening, close to sundown. We were talking about screen modulation. But I'll be interested to see how that tuner works out. The only thing I can think of would be a problem with phasing, but I can't imagine that would even be a problem. So, it'll be curious to see how that works out. We will all find out together, I'm sure, when we strap that baby on there and get rid of the little puck that you've got. I think that's only a 275 water that Star Johnson. But be curious to see how that goes. And everybody's semi-comatose from their Christmas meals, so there's nobody left for the round table. But let me see if there's anybody that's not on the list that wants to get on before I shut down the net. Come now, KD6VWS. I guess that's it. So, everybody enjoy the rest of their Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you, and look forward to hearing you Wednesday night on the Wednesday night AMI. So with that, I'm shutting her down at 7:35, 7:36. So until then, everyone have a great rest of the week. KD6VWS.